What's going on, man? It's your girl, TampaMystic, and we are broadcasting live right here on the industry's most wanted podcast. Listen, I got my brother here with me. I ain't seen him in a little minute. He goes by the name of YelloBoy. What's going on, family?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Tampa? How you doing?
Hey, man, it's good to see you, bro. It's been a minute. Transfer some good energy.
Yeah,
Boom.
definitely.
You feel that?
Good energy. You know it.
All that, man. Listen, I'm glad to see you're doing well. I see you're active. I see you on social media doing your thing. You did Trapping from the Basement recently with the OG. But all that being said, give us that official introduction.
Oh, yeah, man. Listen, check it out, man. It's YelloBoy GoneWild, no W. Man, it's 1029. You already know. Long live Coco, man.
Yeah.
Listen, man. Long live Coco. That's what we doing, man. You already know.
Yes. I miss her so much. And, you know, it's crazy because, like, then the following year, my mom passed. And it was just so much within, like, a year's time. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, dang. But we're not even to get too deep into it. You know what I'm saying? Because it still hurts to talk about a little bit. But it gives you a sense of clarity on life, too, right?
Definitely.
It makes you understand that life is really not guaranteed and that we got to keep the people we love close to us, right?
Definitely. It's definitely one of those kind of things that it definitely teaches you that, and you got to just, you know, it's one of those things where you just got to keep faith, and if you kind of understand your life and your path, I just say a lot of things in life we just not going to understand, and if you got faith, you know, you just got to go with that.
That's right.
It's going to be something behind everything, so you just got to find your reasons, what's behind it. That's it.
Right, exactly. I liked what you just said, because I tell people all the time, stop making excuses why you can't do something and find the reason why you should be doing it.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
I mean, shoot, knowing that life is so short should be reason enough. We want to accomplish as much as we can.
Yeah, we want to get as much done as we can, but like you said, I think a lot, we panic a lot. A lot of people, they panic. You know, once you get into that panic mode, you're in a different mind frame. Like, you're into survival mode.
Right. No, you're absolutely correct, because the pandemic was something that we didn't see coming, nor have we ever experienced in our lifetime before. So it was something new for all of us. It was just an adjustment. Anyways, with that being said, man, let's take it back, because people got to know your journey. It's been a little minute since we've done this, right?
Yeah. It's been a while.
Before you started doing music, let's take it back. You know what I'm saying? To when you was a jit, right? What were you aspiring to be when you was a little kid before music became that passion for you?
Be honest with you, you know how a lot of people be like, this wasn't something that they wanted or nothing like that, and I just started doing it 2-3 years ago and just happened to do it. Like, this kind of something that I always wanted to do. Like, I ain't want to be like a basketball player or like
a doctor,
or a football player, NFL or sports. Like, I just wanted to be
a rapper,
a superstar.
Like,
not even just a rapper.
I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you.
and then it just came to that, like, you're gonna be a rapper though. But yeah, I wanted to be a superstar. I just wanted to be somebody famous though.
That's dope. So, you know, when you was a kid, was you running around the house like, you know, doing music and stuff like that?
Definitely. Because, you know, that come from the gene. Because, you know, that's what mine Dukes and Grandma was listening to.
Okay.
So as we cleaning up and we doing
course.
chores and homework and all that, we always hearing that, and they singing and they doing what they doing. So yeah, that's what we was watching. Shout out to mine Dukes for that.
Shout out to mine Dukes, man. Like, yeah, I pay that to my family too. My uncle, he was so talented. He played the drums, the guitar, the keyboard, and I used to just watch him in there playing these instruments, and I was so like infatuated with that. And, you know, my dad, of course, you know, I'm a 70s baby, so back then my daddy was a hippie listening to Pink Floyd and all that stuff, and you know, I would just vibe out with him, right? And I was like, I always loved music, and I think a lot of it comes from that, just, you know, us being around our family, even if they're not a musician themselves. You know, so who were some of the artists that you really liked growing up? Pay homage to those guys or girls.
So I'm an 80s baby. I'm an 80s baby, so I'm still in there. But of course, you know, one of my greats, like I said last time, I ended up Jay-Z. You know, like I said, we was listening to 3 6 Mafia, of course, to the homie Project Pat was one of the favorites. You know, so I'm from that era, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't really too much back, but you know, Jay-Z, 3 6 Mafia, Hot Boy, stuff like that. I'm so versatile that I listen to a lot of music. I just like music. I like it can be country, you know, rock and roll, whatever, metal, I'm gonna listen to it.
I love that. I think it's important, especially if you're in the music business. you cannot be closed-minded to other genres of music. To me, that's almost like you're selling out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I just want to do this kind of music. Well, you just gonna have that many fan base, and that's what we're gonna listen to.
Exactly. You think about some of the artists like Nelly and Run DMC, and the list goes on. Flo Rida, who've tapped into other genres of music. Now they've got a huge fan base, and they're still relevant today. You know what I'm saying? Nelly's still selling out arenas. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely from country grandma.
Country, yeah, you know.
Still selling out. Yeah, that's one of the goats. Shout out to Nelly too.
Shout out to Nelly, for real, for real. So it's like, yeah, you have to tap in and because Slick, really, if you think about it, you listen to other genres, we're all kind of talking about the same thing.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's just different ways.
How they deliver it,
The way
yeah.
they deliver it, the way that they dressing, and the way that they talking. But at the end of the day, it's still pain, it's still cries, it's still feelings, it's still emotions, and art is art. So
yeah, absolutely. Who would you love to share the stage with?
Is this with like anybody?
Anybody, whether they dead or alive, who would be that artist that you could just rock the stage with and do a show with?
It gotta be Jay. It gotta be Jay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be Jay. You know, a lot of people don't. It's crazy. A lot of people now don't like Jay-Z. Well, they do like Jay-Z. The
Right.
older, kind of like the older people, the older generation.
Right.
But a lot of people that's in their 20s and stuff like that, you know, they don't look at Jay. But that's always one of my greatest. It's just knowledge. Like, I want to get on the stage for that energy.
Yeah.
I
Right.
want some of that energy that you got. Like, Shakes, give me some of that. So yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, you want to be around people who are great.
Yeah, definitely.
Jay is great. You know what I'm saying? Not to say we can't hang around people who are mediocre, but it's like if you're trying to level up, you got to be around people who are like-minded. Someone who making $50K a year is not going to tell you how to get to that milli.
Yeah, they can't help it.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, no disrespect, but we trying to rise up.
Yeah, I'm trying to elevate right now. So I see on the way. Yeah.
So within this music business, you know, I know you're a really dope artist. You're a great performer too. Like, you have a lot of energy when you get on that stage. Other things within music that you enjoy doing?
As far as
like production, engineering, is that pique your interest at all?
See, and the thing is with me, and a lot of people ask me that, Tampa, I'm one of those kind of, I just like to do music. I don't like to I don't make no beats. I don't produce. I don't engineer. I like to get into my zone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't like the technical stuff either.
I need somebody to be pressing the buttons and getting me right. Let me focus on what I'm doing. You do what you want to do. So honestly, like I say, like I just like to rap. Honestly, like I can sit and just write all day.
Listen, bro, I get it. I sit there, I watch Dave sometimes when he's engineering, and I'm just like, I don't understand the whole Pro Tools. Like, how do you know what?
And he probably can sit there for hours and just do it. And just sit there for hours and hours and hours.
Yes, and he like
interest you can do it all day. It's not a job.
I've even had to send him some of my interviews to edit and stuff like that, and like he'll be like, boom, 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 boom. Here you go. I'm like, bro, what did you just do?
Yeah. Shout out to Dave too. I see Dave working too. I see he working too.
Yeah, him and Dorilla about to shoot a video together.
Yeah, they about to shoot a video. I see my man working.
Yeah, man. But
dogs, man.
So during this pandemic, man, you know, of course, there's been a lot of ups and downs, you know, long live Coco Mika, and a lot of other people, you know, Paul Tutt, and the list goes on. But what have you been doing to keep yourself positive through this time?
This time to keep myself, it's just understanding what my purpose is.
Yeah.
That's been a main thing that's been giving me, honestly, my patience, because I'm like, if all of these things is happening to me, God, I know you ain't bring me this far and get me this far to bring me around these people for me to stop right here.
Facts.
So it's like, I know something is something going on. I just don't know what it is. So let me just keep on pushing until I find out what's that reason. So it's like, it's just so much stuff happening, regardless if it's good or bad. I just understand it's stuff happening for a reason. So
yeah, we can't question it. We got to trust the process.
Just trust it. And when it get to that, when the cluttery like that, or earthquake, something going on, let me work, like something got happen. So that's what keep me patient and just keep me going on, that all this stuff ain't just happening for nothing.
Yeah, I'm a believer that everything happens definitely for a reason. Definitely. We can't question God. And also, too, when God tells us to move, we got to move. You know, sometimes it might just be a sign, or so we receive something and you're like, I need to get out this situation, or I got to eliminate this person out of my life. Definitely. When God tells you to do that, you better make sure you do it.
Make sure you do it. And he tests us all the time.
Nah, for real.
And that's why I feel as though even to this day, we all get signs and messages from whoever you believe in, your higher power.
Absolutely.
And sometimes when we don't take advantage of it, we act like we ain't listening, and these smackers give us that. And that's what it be like. And you be like, why? But yeah, see, I told you, you ain't. Oh damn, I did think about that.
Listen, yeah, because it's for a bigger reason.
Yeah,
this door is gonna always close because there's a bigger one about to open for you.
Definitely.
What are your like, you know, what are your goals for this music? You know, I'm a big person in laying out blueprints. We can't just be out here winging it in this music business because it's not easy. We got to set goals for ourselves. Where do you want to go with your music?
Of course, like I said, since a child, it was just to be famous. So to be somebody that's important. So it's not even to sell a certain amount of records or to make a certain amount of money, nothing like that. It's just to get out there so my voice can be heard, because I know it's those people that's going through the things that I was going through. Long live Coco, going to be one of my biggest, greatest stories to tell, because some things we just don't understand. So to the people that got people like that was close to them, regardless of what they was dealing with, that have passed or something, and just to keep on going and keep on pushing. Like, for those people that understand, like, you're going to go through that, but that's for you to keep going so you can tell people. So
absolutely,
you know, like, that's one of my biggest goals, just to have a voice so people can listen and hear that.
Yeah, no matter what comes our way, we cannot stop working.
Cannot stop working.
It's hard when we lose someone we love, and man, like, sometimes like we just want to give up.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing you can do.
Yeah.
Like, Boom Man was here with me a couple weeks ago, and he said, you don't lose until you quit.
Yeah, you don't lose until you quit. If you don't never quit, then
you won't lose. You're still going. You're still putting that effort in. You're still, like, you know, making moves. Let's talk about, you know, any projects in the works. I know you got a new record that we're going to premiere today. Like, what are you working on 2022?
We got about 50 singles right now that we pushing right now. You know?
This guy don't never stop working.
Yeah, we just going to drop. So, to be honest with you, right now, my mind not even on, you know, EPs and mixtapes and stuff like that. Right now, I'm just dropping songs.
Singles, yeah.
I'm just building my fan base. You know, it's like I said, it's about patience. So we ain't rushing nothing like that. You know, we just working. We just single, song, video into something catching. Then when it catching, then we feel as though it's to that point. Then, you know, we go ahead and we get the EPs and stuff like that going. But for right now, we're going to just drop another song every month. We're going to do every 30 days.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. Literally, for a couple of reasons. One, because it keeps people in tune with what you got going on. And two, we've been like kind of studying the algorithms of like Spotify and stuff. In order to stay in those algorithms where you land on playlist, you have to be releasing music like every 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
You know?
You got to.
Because otherwise, you know, it's like the same thing with your Instagram. If you go a month or two without posting, it becomes dormant. You kind of get out of their algorithm. Yeah. You got to stay active.
You got to stay active. And people is making money right now. You know, it's a job.
Surely is.
It's a job. So, you know, better learn how to post and what to do, because you can make some money off of it.
Facts, bro. That's what we trying to get to the bag. You know, the big bag.
Like a big bag. That Instagram shit like a bag.
What brought you to ATL?
You know, ATL, I just always felt like it was just one of those places where it can have a lot of opportunities here, which it is. So, you know, it was either going to be, of course, Atlanta, LA, Miami, which, you know, LA, Miami is kind of like a lot expensive.
Yes, I just had this conversation with my last interview. LA is super expensive. And Miami.
Yeah, definitely so.
And they're both great cities, but I think for what you do and what I do, Atlanta's the best market for us.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it caters to that independent scene heavily.
Yeah, definitely. Come to Atlanta, man. Atlanta is nice. It's nice.
And people are embracing here.
For music, yeah, entertainment. Atlanta is definitely good for it.
What about like film? Does that interest you at all?
Of course.
Okay, so let's talk about that. If YelloBoy GoneWild could land his first big movie role, what kind of character would you want to play?
It's gonna be the yellow guy that they're gonna think is blacker than a black guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll be the yellow guy that they think is darker than a darker guy. You feel what I'm saying? But no, it's just gonna be that person that's gonna be just life. You know, it's whatever my role would be. It's just gonna be me.
Yeah,
it's gonna be funny. My emotion, just my emotion. My feelings is my feelings. So, YelloBoy, I'm just an energy. I'm just a vibe by itself. You get what I'm saying? So, Yeah, I like any roles, man. Comedy, man. Listen, man, I need some roles, man. So y'all with Tampa, man, send me something, man. Listen.
Right, man. You know what you made, if that's, excuse me, a really interest for you, there's a few companies out there like casting companies where you can register with them. And I register with one just to see what it was about. And I'm constantly getting emails for them where they need extras. That's a foot in the door because, and the thing about film, there's always a budget. Even if you're an extra, you still get paid for it.
Regardless, if they're gonna give you something off the top, you go in that kind, it's gonna tell you what you're gonna get paid. So yeah.
And I mean it, you know, because like the particular one that I register with is called Hilton Casting, and they cast for like a lot of HBO series and stuff. That would be a foot in the door, bro. Like you never know where that might take you.
I need that. No, because I definitely want to get into that. That's something that I'm going to get into because, like I said, acting to me is just like music. It's just pain. You know, all of it is just words. It's pitches. You know, just silent words. Acting, moving words. That's all it is.
Since you've been doing music like real seriously, because there's always that transition from when you go to like, you know, I like music to I like music and I want to turn it into a business, right? If you don't mind sharing, like what was the biggest like obstacle or struggle that you've had to push through?
Of course, one of the things we all push through is like the financial issues. I ain't gonna lie. Like I'm gonna say this one thing, like a lot of us finances, it's always a way to do something, budgeting. You get what I'm saying? To be a way to budget my money and to invest it the right kind of way. You get what I'm saying? Like I lost a lot of money from trying to take shortcuts and you know doing it the wrong kind of way and stuff.
Right. We all do.
Yeah. You know, that's one of the biggest things, man. Understand the business and understand how to invest and how to market, you know, properly.
Yeah, like you have to promo and market yourself because if you out here creating all this great music but you don't put any promo or marketing behind it, it don't mean nothing. No, like your close partners might hear it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and they ain't gonna do nothing with it. They ain't gonna
right. They ain't gonna help you run them streams up and get you that check. Like you have to get it out there to the masses. But let's take it to the flip side. Like, what's been a highlight moment for you?
Living life, having fun. You know, just blessed. Like every day is a highlight. Honestly, like so because we don't do too much fancy stuff around where I'm from. You know? So it's just living life and just to be blessed. So that's just a highlight. Just growth. That's a highlight. The relationships that I've been able to build and not burn. That's they highlights. They things like that. You know. So yeah, things just milestones in life. Like that's all my highlights. I got 1 million of them. I'm gonna have 1 million of them. For real. Yeah. Like count your small blessings, man. Like a lot of us don't. I think a lot of us take a lot of things for granted. A lot of things that's successful to us, we don't look at it like that. We look at it as small, minuscule. But that's why I say all of them is highlights for me because it's all his blessings, friends. You feel what I'm saying? Certain people. So
absolutely, and even the small accomplishments we have to celebrate. For example, if you put a new video out and you get 200 views the first day, some people are like, "Damn, I only got 200." Man, that's 200 people that took the time. The first day to watch your video, like that's an accomplishment.
And that's a big accomplishment.
Now, if you put it out and no one watches it, then you might need to figure something out.
Yeah, don't be out here playing with yourself.
But it's like, for that many people to take the time to watch your body of work, in a short amount of time, like that's an accomplishment. Definitely. And you have to celebrate those.
You got to celebrate those because there's a lot of people that's wishing they could have those same things and they can't even get that close.
No, that's big facts, man. So throughout this year, you're gonna have more music on the way.
Definitely.
Dropping singles consistently every single month.
Yeah, they already on DistroKid. They already lined up. They waiting. They just wait. Yeah, they just waiting. We just waiting. We independent, so we gonna drop. Just drop.
Do you okay? So you mentioned being independent. If the right situation came about, would you ever be interested in signing?
I would never say never. That'd be stupid.
Yeah.
So that'd be something like no.
As long as it makes sense, right?
If it makes sense, it makes sense. But it just gotta make sense. But for right now, I love to be able to drop and I want to drop. And if you got your own finances, then the signing part really ain't too much. Besides, they can put you in certain doors.
Absolutely, because a lot of times that situation is just about getting the budget behind you.
That's it. Yeah, it's getting the budget behind you. So you got
you still gotta work.
You still gotta work. So if you one of those people that know how to work and you got the bag already, then stay up and just build your relationships. Just pay with the same people that the record label gonna pay. People they gonna pay, you just pay them yourself.
Right. And like you just said, which is super key, build those relationships.
Yeah, definitely.
Because relationships are going to put you in a whole lot of places, you know.
They definitely work
Face
on
card all the way good.
Face card got to be good. Face card got to stay good. Definitely.
Besides music, man, what else you like doing?
I do music. I can't play the video game. I play the video game for about 20, 30 minutes and I'm off of that. I can't
Get
play
bored
the
with that
sports.
quick?
I get bored with that. I get bored with sports. I'm real like basic. I'm antisocial rather than no art.
You an introvert?
Yeah, I am. Yeah. It's crazy because it's like when I'm by myself and when I'm more of an antisocial type person, but it's like when the camera on and it's like when I'm around people, it's like I'm a whole totally different person.
I call myself a social introvert because when I'm around other people, I open up, I liven up. But when I'm home, I love it.
I love it. I love just to relax. And,
me too. I love being by myself. And, you know, Dave's got his studio. I got my home studio. We lock in. Like, and you got to have that creative space. You got to have time away. Do you record yourself typically or you go to the studio?
I go to studios. I still go to studios, but I still write music.
Yeah.
A lot, though. So, you know, I got my own setup just like everybody would have. You know, I got
Dope.
my own setup where I create my startup at, you know, instead of just going to the studios and just sitting in there wasting time, you know. So I like to create by myself a lot.
Yeah.
I get more creative when I'm by myself. And then I go to the studio. But
Tell me about this right here.
what's this right here?
Yeah.
This right here. Well, you know, this is an energy chain right here. This is a crystal. This is a clear quartz right here. You know, this is all about my energy right here. You know, so I done had this since I moved down here to Atlanta. I don't take it off. I don't. This thing right here, I feel as though it's just give me what I need as far as life. Honestly, to some people that understand it, they get it. To some people they won't understand it.
Absolutely.
It's one of those kind of things, you know.
No, absolutely. My dad makes me a lot of beads. I don't have any on today, shamelessly, but he hand picks and choose each of the stones that are on there to represent certain things about you, right? And when he sends them to me, he'll have a piece of quartz crystal in there to charge it up, the good energy, right? So I have a special box that I keep them in with the quartz crystal, you know. So I'm infatuated by that. That's why I asked, you know.
These, man, you get into the crystals, man.
Yeah.
At first I ain't understand them, but it makes sense. I love this thing right here.
Right.
Better than any piece of jewelry I ever could buy. Right.
Listen, I totally agree, man. Like, and you got a dope style. You got your own unique style about you. You know, your look and everything, and that's what's so important, man. You got to figure out ways in this business to stand out, right?
Definitely. You got Like it's too many people already doing the same thing. Like
Yes.
everybody's doing the same thing, and everybody want to keep doing the same thing, and you fighting with 100 million other people and wondering why life seems so hard for you because it's like you trying to do what everybody else is doing. That's gonna be harder. So it's more easy for me because I can just be me. It's easy.
Yeah, as long as you're yourself, you're going to get the right people to resonate with you because you're giving them 100% you.
Exactly.
And the people who don't, that's cool. We can't please everybody.
Can't please them all, but you know they here for a reason too. You know they got to be here. The haters got to be here. They here for a reason. No motivation.
You've been doing this for a while, right?
Definitely.
You understand the business. You've got your business together.
Definitely.
Any artists that are just coming into this, what jewel would you give them?
First of all, I would say understand what you getting into this business for. Understand that it is a business.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I say understand what you're getting into. Because, you know, a lot of people think they see these people on the Say Cheese and World Star, they see the chains, they see the jewelry, they see the cars and all that, and they think that you're just going to go into the studio and make a song and then somebody going to hit your DM and say, hey, man, fly out here and I got $1 million for you. And
Don't work like
man,
that.
Listen, don't work. Definitely for the rappers, it don't work. Man, listen, you're going to spend so much money. Like, people don't understand, like, you're going to spend a lot of money unless you're going to go get that record deal and try to spend their money. But other than that, it takes a lot of money to do this. So I would say understand what you're getting into and understand that it takes money to run a business successfully.
Yeah. And don't fall for the okie doke.
Yeah.
Them labels are not emailing you.
I'm not that. Oh yeah, they definitely. I got so many of them. And yeah, I done fell for that a couple times. I'm not gonna lie. We want it so bad.
Right. Listen, I get it. I'm not knocking it. I just like
don't do it.
Yeah, don't fall for the okie doke because it's a lot of scammers and it's just sad and it it really irritates my soul because there's a lot of good artists out here. Like, I ain't talking about just good music. Like, they got a good heart, they got passion, and they want it so bad that they fall for the okie doke, and then they get taken advantage of, and then they're the ones that become disgruntled. Like, man, I don't spend all this money and I got scammed, and like, you know, just do your homework, do your due diligence.
Yeah, do your homework, do your research, build your relationships the right way, correct way. Go out, network, go to the shows, meet people, you know, and just work like that. You know.
Have you been doing any shows lately? I know it's been kind of like iffy because of the pandemic and stuff. Like, I know not everybody's doing it like they were. Have you had an opportunity to perform lately?
Well, we've been just starting to get out a little bit. You know, we doing more networking than shows, I would call it more.
Yeah.
I go out and I like to network. You know, I like to just go out and build relationships more so
Yeah.
than anything. You know, so I go out, show my face, you know, talk to the DJs and stuff like that. They get the people familiar with the song and stuff like that.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah, that's what we working on. Like I say, I'm just doing it a different way this go around, you feel what I'm saying? So it's more patient, so I'm just building my brand a little bit different time this way, you know.
So if people went back and listened to some of your early music versus now, what they going to find different about YelloBoy GoneWild?
I mean, besides the Gone Wild, we always going to go wild. You know, like, you can go back 10, 15 years, whatever, we always going to go wild. That part always going to be there. But just now, just more like, I would say more my spiritual side, my good side, my good side, I would say like that. Because back then, we all have the good in us. I just think it takes, you get to a certain point in life for you to understand what your good is.
Right.
So now when you listen to me, you can hear the good and you can hear the growth and the knowledge that I really had that I used to be scared to talk about back then. Because,
right.
you know, back then you ain't want to, you know, don't nobody want to tell you how smart they is. You sound like you dumb, you know, but you're really smart. You know, it sounds crazy, but a lot of people talk about a lot of things like that just because they think that's what the people want to hear.
Right, absolutely. They give people what they think they want to hear, but that comes with maturity and growth.
Exactly. Yeah, with maturity and growth, you're going to go with your heart and what you want to talk about, you know. You ain't really doing that out there, so stop talking about it. Like, you know, so,
right, that's a whole lot of cap.
Yeah, it's a whole lot. So, yeah, just talk about something different. You're going to school, talk about, there's a lot of college kids that want to rap and scared. Man, say you in college and say you rapping. You know, you had a whole college campus rapping.
Nah,
with you,
for
you know?
real.
So,
big facts.
You ain't got to be in the streets, that you know, so I'm one of those type.
What's one fun fact about YelloBoy GoneWild that maybe people don't know that you don't mind sharing?
One fact about YelloBoy GoneWild that people don't know. I really go wild.
I think they know that, though.
Think they know that?
I think they know
I
that.
don't think so. I don't think they know that.
What's your favorite food?
What's my favorite food? Chicken tenders.
Hold on, chicken tenders.
Chicken tenders, you know, nachos, stuff like that, tacos, you know.
Can you cook?
Oh, definitely, I'm a cook.
Oh, okay, okay. It's funny because I asked a couple artists that recently. They said, I know how to use the microwave. I said, what?
I can. You know, I was raised with grandma, so.
Oh, yeah. There's something so special about grannies, right?
Yeah, granny, if you was raised at grandma's house, you can't.
Man, you better know how to cook and clean and all that other stuff, too.
Grandma gonna get you right. I don't care where she was living at and what project, whatever, but grandma was clean. She gonna.
Facts. She gonna keep it all the way right, man. Anything else you got coming up before we check out this record?
Well, right now, like I said, we just building a brand. We getting the world to know about the 1029 movement. That
Yeah.
I got. You know, we just got the LLC and working on that. You know, it's 1029. Everything dedicated. Long live Coco.
Long live Coco Mika.
Yeah, I know, like, I feel as though a lot of things that's going on with me in my life right now was because of this person. You feel what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I just feel as though it's mandatory that I let the world know why I feel as though I am who I am at this point right now.
Yeah.
You know, and the relationships that I have and stuff like that. So we just letting the world know the brand right now. We just here forever, understanding that it's really a marathon. So
What you got right there?
yeah, you know, that's the single. That's
Let's show it to the camera. You know what I'm saying?
Check that out, man. We at 98. Yeah. Check that out, man. You know, we pass it out. You know, just networking. You know, like I said, just ways to network. I get one of these for every single that I come out with. You know, it's just some things that I just do that's just mandatory.
I like the fact that you got your QR code on here.
Yeah, definitely. You scan that thing going right to there. That's an automatic stream.
That's what you got to do, man. Like, you know, you can put your Instagram on there, but that means people got to take time, or your music link or whatever. You put a QR code, boom, they can scan and go straight to it.
Man, I'll be like, man, listen, man, you ain't even got to listen to, man. Look, where your phone at? Man, let me see
I
your
do
phone.
it for you.
Right, I do it for you, man. Scan, look, that's a stream, right? I'm
Download
good.
screen.
Download that.
Yeah. That's what you got to do, man. Well, we about to get into this record, but before we do that, man, it's always important. There's 3 things we got to do to close this out, right? Before we get into that, do you want to freestyle at all? I mean, because I always like forget to ask that, and artists be like, I want to freestyle. So, do you want a beat or no?
No, not really. I want you to play that oldest form, though. I definitely want that oldest.
Okay, so just spit us a couple bars, and then we'll get into that.
Spit him a couple.
Yeah.
Let me see what I'm gonna give it to him. I'm gonna say, seems like they don't understand life, what my life like. They be talking about bars, but they ain't talking right. Listen, I stand where I stand at. You land where you land at. They don't understand where the fans at because they don't understand where the plan's at. See, the things that I talk about be more like poetry. The things that you talk about be more like capping. We 2 different rappers. Don't understand what's the difference. We understand life the difference. See, I ain't right here freestyling. I'm right here just talking. This is how I rap. I don't do too much freestyling. When I talk, we call these diaries. So the things that I'm doing right now is just talking to you. It's like talking with words, you know, like we just want you to close your eyes and just listen to what I'm saying. So we don't do too much freestyling. We talk, we give them diaries. You know, I don't know what I just said, but if you listen to me, it's just life, you know, just whatever I was thinking about at that time. So YelloBoy GoneWild, you know, it's 1029.
That's deep,
Coco.
bro. Yeah,
Definitely.
long live Coco Mika.
Definitely.
So before we get into this record, man, 3 things we got to do. 1, of course, I need people to know where they can keep up with the movement.
Okay, YelloBoy GoneWild, of course. YelloBoy GoneWild. It's YelloBoy GoneWild. That's on everything. Wherever you listen to music at, wherever you on your website at, it's just YelloBoy GoneWild with everything.
Dope. Make sure y'all tune in, tap in with the movement.
Tap in with the movement, YelloBoy GoneWild.
Facts, man. Second thing is, and you and I both know this all too well, we have to give people their flowers while they're here, right?
Definitely.
We got to show love and pay homage to people. So anybody you want to shout out to?
Of course, man. Like I say, once again, you got to shout out 1029. You know what I mean? The big dog, long live Coco Mika. You know what I'm saying? Everything is bigger with Coco.
Yeah.
Of course, man. Shout out to you, Tampa, you know, for being, you know, my player ever since I
Absolutely.
met you, for being 100 with me, keeping everything real. That's definitely a blessing.
Thanks.
Shout out to my family, you know. Shout out to the people that's listening to me. You know, we just working right now.
Yeah.
1029.
Well, listen, I'm excited to see what you got on the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always been a fan of YelloBoy GoneWild. Anytime I've seen you perform, you always bring that great energy.
Yeah, we're going crazy.
He going wild for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, he got his dances that he be doing.
Yeah, you got to go wild. You got to go wild for him.
Nah, for real. Last but not least, before we get into this record, man, we're live and direct on the industry's most wanted podcast, right?
Definitely.
So I got to know, what makes YelloBoy GoneWild the industry's most wanted?
Listen, I'm industry most wanted because I like that. That was very good. I like that question. I'm not like, YelloBoy industry most wanted. I had to throw that on. I forgot I can't cuss enough.
Threw a little twist in there.
She threw a little twist. I was about to say that, you know, most wanted, like, but nah. I understand I'm the most wanted industry because I speak what the people won't talk about. I'm going to tell you what they won't say. I'm going to do the things that they won't do, you know.
Yeah.
So that right there makes me most wanted, you know. I'm not regular, you know, like I'm one of a kind. You got to catch me, you know, like, so understand what we doing over here, you know, like we Otis, you know what I mean? Like we Otis Williams over here, like we stand out. We ain't no David Ruffins, you know, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we Otis is over here, man.
You
So
dig?
we teaching how to be Otis Williams, man. Understand, go watch The Temptations, man. Watch The Temptations.
Right, that's a great movie.
Man, that's my favorite movie.
It's a great movie. Yeah, that's one of the ones you could watch multiple times and
yeah.
never get tired of
It's
it.
like Martin reruns, man.
Right.
Like Martin reruns. Man behind that movie, for real.
Who produced this record?
Caddy Beats. This is, of course, my producer that I'm still with, Caddy Beats, with the original. And, you know, it's just I'm Otis from just, you know, my life, how I feel. So shout out to Caddy Beats, YC Entertainment.
Dope. So we about to go ahead and get on into it. Can you give us that official introduction?
Well, yes. This is YelloBoy GoneWild, and you about to check out that I Am Otis, my newest single by me, out everywhere, streaming everywhere. I Am Otis, baby. You know it.
Let's go.
Industry's most Wanted.
I just let it bow, I need to annihilate them. I feel like Otis, I'm tired of all these temptations. Yeah, they call me yellow, my skin look just like the Lakers. Been through so much pain, even Damon couldn't make ya. I just let it bow, I need to annihilate them. I feel like Otis, I'm tired of all these temptations. Yeah, they call me yellow, my skin look just like the Lakers. Been through so much pain, even Damon couldn't make ya. I just got a call from my baby mama, said she hate me. It's crazy, I was stressed out, now I ain't need to see my son lately.